Before, I used to use this as my sketchbook. First page, and I just used to draw here, make illustrations, pretty much clothing, since you guys know how much I love fashion. More with motion and feeling to them. So then I would practice here and do all sorts of things and like textures. But then when I learned about the bullet journal, I was like, you know what, let me turn the sketchbook into a bullet journal. And so that's what I did. And this became my first page of my bullet journal. Do you see the bug? So cute. I tried to follow the bullet journal system, so you have you see how effective it was, right? Nope. Well, at least I wrote it, and I wrote index, key, symbol. And with the system, I noticed that you had to write a future log, but I found that I never continued it all throughout. And then I did the monthly task list, but I only did it for November. After November, you'll see that I didn't do this again because I noticed that I was mostly in the moment. I'm still trying to perfect macarons because I would love a macaron with dulce de leche mousse. That is like my goal. Wrote this in 2017, 2018. Hopefully I perfect the recipe. Here I wrote, yo estoy contigo, tal vez un día no muy lejano, de aquí me verás como soy, como seré. Yo estoy contigo cuando nadie más está, en lo espiritual, en lo físico, en la belleza de tu ser. Yo estaré contigo cuando tú me digas, no te dejaré. So I came up with that, and it was more of like a poem, but I noticed that just having a bullet journal let me just be explosive and free. And then here with the macarons, if you remember the recipe, I wanted to then on top of it draw shoes and have this like really cool fashion design to it. And in this page I wrote like a meal plan that I came up with, and like food that I love. I love kale, sweet potatoes, zucchini, oh my god, and squash, butternut squash, spaghetti squash, acorn squash. I love healthy food. Here this says, why be moody when you can shake your booty? Here I traced my hand. Here was a quote from Thoreau saying, pursue some path, however narrow and crooked, in which you can walk with love and reverence. So I continue on with trying to find like a system. Whenever I could write in like Spanish, French, or Portuguese, I would do that. Like here, fete, party, because it's the weekend. Okay, well, this page I had lots of fun. I wrote clothing that was used in the time period that it said. Here in the 80s, like huge earrings, fingerless gloves, the parachute pants, and then I continued that throughout all the different like pictures with the 60s, 90s here. But it was really fun doing these two pages. And then boom, very minimal. The is bizarre. Something that I do love trying, I try to like create myself schedules to follow, and for a certain time period, and then I would like reflect on it and see if I followed it. Based on what I wrote here, the one activity that I would always want to do is cross stitch. And also, as I wrote this here in French, I wrote that I was watching the Cyprien l'aventure de plus folle de ma vie, where he traveled around the world to celebrate like a certain amount of subscribers that he reached. But it's fun. I would recommend it. Like if you could create yourself schedules and then reflect on if you followed it or not, it's great, because then you can learn about your habits and like what you do, how you spend your time. And in 2017, it's where I got into hand embroidered patches. And then February came along and I was like, no, I need a calendar. But as you can see, most of the time I'm all about the color. I want it to pop. This is actually a book that my teacher told me to read. I want it read it this year. It's called Sacred Economics. We can! And boom. Again, trying not to follow the schedule. This is like my semester schedule. It looks packed, guys. I know it looks super packed, but I maybe followed this schedule, I would say 60% of it. But even though I fail following my schedules, I feel like I win, because each time I make schedules like this, I learn more about how to improve my schedules and how to better prepare myself based on the activities that I want to do in that time. So this is like me being structured and then me having my free for all. And structure can still be fun too, as you can see with the colors and the variety. Here I was planning out a project that I did. If you go to my website, you'll actually be able to see this project. It was three handmade books that I made, and what a quote that I came up with that really inspired its creation was this: "We are all walking boxes filled of memories with emotions." And this quote that I came up with really inspired and transcended all throughout my concept book and my analogs for the project that you can see if you check out my website, click on my portfolio. And boom! Back to like creating my bullets and seeing if I followed it or not. This is great because I noticed that I would like give myself 7 things to do. I would only complete, as you can see, like two or three, and then I would have to like move them. This pattern I did with like my lipsticks, and I just like kissed it just to create that texture. I wanted to play around. Here I was practicing Portuguese on como fazer crochet, how to crochet. And what I like to do whenever I practice a language is just write down instructions, write down what I have in my mind, what I want to talk, what I want to say. And like by writing it, it lets me practice, and then I would go back and then correct whatever I wrote wrong to practice your languages. Oh, and this is excellent when you're planning to have a sewing, a knitting, a crochet, any arts and craft project. Keep a structure on how long things take you, the price, and the hours that you devote per day in that activity, because sometimes there are projects that can take you a week. Sometimes there are projects that can take you 3 months even, based on the time that you can devote to it. And so whenever I do this form of analog, I've noticed that I was able to really estimate how long a certain project would take me, and that, just by that knowledge, I would feel even more motivated to do it because I could plan accordingly the time it takes. This activity, great. And then in this page, I tried to write poems in Spanish about this idea and this concept that I came up with, like remodé, which means, if you translate it to English, to refashion, in other words, reform fashion. Because whenever people, and yet I'm speaking in general, people think of fashion as something intimidating, that creates fear, that creates almost this need to follow what's cool. However, I don't believe that. I believe that fashion can be kind, that it can promote creativity, it can promote feelings of kindness and sheltering, and even like remember the quote about we're walking boxes of emotions? That comes from this too, and this my feelings for what fashion is and what it can be for all of us. Alright, in this page, as you can see, I tried a new layout where I wrote it across. Here it was like a project, more bullet journaling, and again to remodé, that is not about the materialistic surface, and that our style is about more internal compassion and tenderness, and seeing it as throughout the consumer, that we're both consumers and producers of our own things, and we are aware of the importance of globally local, locally global. It's making the individual like sort of perform as a better self. It's very conceptual and I would say philosophical, but that's the whole point. It's a deeper meaning that is robust and filled with ideas about replenishing, about a continual cycle, a circular cycle that is reflective of us, our society, and the need to nurture. Check out the blog post. Like, this is then written in a much more neater form. Again, the calendar, spring break. Oh, wait, I want to tell you guys. Let me go back. Here, I volunteered at Fab Scraps. We are so gonna go to Fab Scraps, and I'm gonna show you guys this amazing place. What they do is that they go to fashion buildings and they pick up any scrap fabrics that they don't want anymore, and then what Fab Scraps does is that you can go volunteer and help them organize the scrap fabrics, and then after you're done volunteering, you can take some fabric home. You can also order. They have a website this year, which is amazing, and this is a great way if you really want to repurpose or recycle. Let me go back. Huge to-do list, not good, and I'm stopping that this year because keeping it to 1 or 3 activities that have been the most productive days, because long list, no, not good. Colorful. Don't quit your daydream. April came along, right into May, and May was a very busy month because it was also my graduation from college. Here, had dim sum on Sunday, May 14. Went to an event. Went to the Mad Museums. And then here I was coming up with like ideas for packaging. Here we are going into August. What I did. October. It wasn't spooky. November. Writing things down. And this was my last analog of 2017. So this was the last entry of 2017. Because I have a ton of paper left, I am still analoging for 2018 in this sketchbook. I'll show you the cover. This is gonna be like our tradition. I'm not gonna make bullet journal tutorials because I'm in need of bullet journal tutorials to just learn more about better bullet journal organizing and tracking and all that stuff. But I really love showing you guys how like I've done it throughout this first year of bullet journaling, because I pretty much felt that I did not at all follow the system, but I do feel that I had just fun coming up with different layouts and having fun with my colors. But this was it. Bullet journaling for 2017. This will be our traditional video made once a year. I will still be uploading this Saturday and Sunday. I just wanted to upload this video this Wednesday because I really wanted just to share and show the process and share with you what I have in mind. Please make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys this Saturday.